So keep going, reading transmission first. 69, I think. The conventional arise from the affliction and karma arise from the mind. The mind is accumulated by the propensities. When free from propensities, it is happiness. 70. A happy mind is tranquil indeed. A tranquil mind is not confused. To have no confusion is to understand the truth. By understanding the truth, one attains freedom. 71. It is described as suchness and as the reality limit, as signlessness and as the ultimate truth, as the supreme awakening mind. It is described also as the emptiness. 72. Those who do not understand emptiness are not receptive vehicle for liberation. Such ignorant being will revolve in existence, prison of 6 classes of beings. 73. When this emptiness as explained is thus meditated upon by yogis, no doubt there will arise in them a sentiment attached to others' welfare. 74. Towards those beings that have bestowed benefit upon me in the past, such as through being my parents or friends, I shall strive to repay their kindness. 75. To those beings that are being scorched by the fire of afflictions in existence's prison, just as I have given them suffering in the past, it is befitting today that I gave them happiness. 76. The fruits which are desirable or undesirable in the form of fortunate or unfortunate birth in the world, they come from the helping the sentient beings or harming them. So go back to the conventional. So last week we discussed about the emptiness related to the two truths, conventional truth and ultimate truth. So conventional truth is the base, ultimate truth is characteristic. So now tonight we are discussing about emptiness related to the 3 doors to the liberation. So this is very important Buddha's teaching. In the sutra, Buddha said, because they don't know the meaning of shunyata, emptiness, or nirvana, are forced to wander in samsara. Because Buddha has such great compassion for them, he leads them by using numerous reasons and methods to understand emptiness and the dependent arising. Because now we are going to be deeper level, understanding emptiness through non-conceptual mind, direct perceiving emptiness. So if you really want to see emptiness directly, then you have to practice 3 doors to liberation. 3 doors to liberation is very important to see, to perceive emptiness directly. Okay. So that means first we have to understand that, remember, if it is lack of self-existence, Nagarjuna said, if it is lack of self-existence, it cannot be non-existence. You understand what I'm saying? If it is lack of self-existence, it cannot be non-existence. If it exists, it cannot be exist inherently. You understand? This is very, very, very beautiful, passage from Nagarjuna. If all the external, internal phenomena lack of inner existence, does not mean they are non-existing, right? It exists. It cannot be exist inherently, independently. It depends on other factors. Dependent arising, okay? You understand what I'm saying? If it is lack of inherent existence, it cannot be non-existence. If it exists, it cannot be exist inherently. Beautiful passage from Nagarjuna, this is a great meaning. So that means we are talking over here emptiness relate to the three door to the liberation. So three door to the liberation is emptiness of the entities, emptiness of the finelessness, and emptiness of the wishlessness. So entity, cause, and result. Empty, entity, cause, and result. So emptiness of entity is essence of entity, is emptiness of entity. Emptiness of fineless means absence of cause, inherent existence. Emptiness of wishlessness means absence of result, lack of inherent existence. You understand what I'm saying? This is very important topic. So without this three door liberation, then many people don't understand what is emptiness and what is nirvana. Ordinary mind will not understand emptiness. So because of not understanding emptiness, then ordinary people are roaming here and there like elephant, wandering in the samsara. You know what I mean? Because of this, Buddha taught dependent arising, emptiness is very important to liberate from the samsara, to liberate from the ordinary mind. So you will see the true nature of your mind, your true nature, your true signlessness, your true wishlessness. We all have this one. So here, first, so this one, you understand? Do you understand that Nagarjuna text? If it is lack of inherent existence, it cannot be non-existence. So you see, lack of inherent existence, if you think non-existence, you go to the nihilism. You shouldn't think like this. If it is lack of inherent existence, every phenomena is lack of inherent existence because they have no independent nature. From beginning, it will never happen dependent nature. We cannot say when we start beginning of this A1, there's inherent nature. Later, there's no inherent nature. We cannot say like this. Inherent nature never exists. But it exists to our ignorance mind. mistaken mind. Ordinary mind, inherent existence, existing all the time. Ordinary mind is based on the appearance and never see the reality. That's the problem, okay? So therefore, to understand emptiness directly, we need to understand three door to liberation, or emptiness of entity, emptiness of signlessness, and emptiness of wishlessness. So this is very, very important. Now, this can be, everyone is studying Heart Sutra, right? In the Heart Sutra, in the Heart Sutra, thus, whenever Shariputra, the nature of all entities, one, is emptiness. This is emptiness of entity. They have no characteristic. They have no arise. They do not perish. They do not have impurity. They are free of impurity. These five characteristics. So first, in the Heart Sutta, nature of all entities, emptiness, is related to the emptiness of the entity. Then five, they have no characteristic, number one. Number two, they do not arise, two. Number three, they do not perish. Number four, they have no impurities. Number fifth, they are free of impurities related to the emptiness of the signlessness. Okay? And then they do not diminish, nor they do increase related to the emptiness of the wishlessness. So these three door to liberation make 8 characteristics. Okay, in the Buddha, in the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra, Heart Sutra. So now we are talking about this nature of the all phenomena, entity. Entity means all phenomena. External, internal phenomena, all are lack of inherent existence. They have never have inherent nature. They are 100% absent of inherent nature, entity. So you know what I mean. So that means Buddha really taught about it. Entity is related to your own afflictive emotions and karma. This is why afflictive emotions and karma. Because of samsara, right? Ignorance, motivated by ignorance, and we accumulate karma. Right? We collect huge amount of karma according to Buddha. If karma is huge amount of karma, but most karma are bad karma, because of ignorance. So if this karma is kind of like foam, it cannot fit in this world, Buddha said. Huge, just unbelievable karma, But this karma we accumulate is not inherent existence. Fortunately, there are lack of inherent existence. Because of lack of inherent existence, we will apply the antidote and reduce the karma. So that's the meaning. Emptiness, entity. Entity means related to your karma and afflictive emotions. Your karma and accumulate, there are no self-existence. Fortunately, there are lack of self-existence. Because of this, if we practice emptiness, wisdom realizing emptiness and perfection of wisdom, it will decrease, diminish, So that means emptiness of entity. You understand what I'm saying? Now, all the phenomena, entity is not, all the phenomena means product, non-product, everything. All phenomena included in is countless phenomena, right? We cannot calculate phenomena, it's just countless. But all these external, internal phenomena included in the 18 elements. 18 elements. 6 base elements, 6 basis elements, object, 6 object elements. So 6 base elements are eye organ, ear, nose, tongue, body, mental organ. They are the base of the eye consciousness. So this eye organ, we cannot see the eye organ. It is inside the eyes. If eye organ damaged, you cannot see. If ear organ damaged, you cannot hear. They are internal form. They are the base of the sensory consciousness. 6 base. Okay? Now basis, eye consciousness, ear, nose, tongue, and mental consciousness. 6 base, 6 base, 6 bases. And 6 object of the consciousness, sensory and mental consciousness, right? So form, smell, taste, tangible, form, smell, form, smell, sound, taste, tangible, and phenomena. So when we say phenomena, include everything. Product, non-product, everything included in the phenomena. So all these phenomena included in the 16 elements. Okay. So their nature is emptiness. So their nature emptiness. Okay. So that's emptiness of the entity. So this now emptiness of the selflessness is related to the external cause and internal cause. Right? External cause, for example, like sprout, disappear, then grain comes, produce, whatever, this. Without cause, nothing is coming, right? So similarly, now this is related to the both external and internal causes. Now here, mainly Buddha is focusing on the internal causes. Internal causes are delusion and karma. These are, so internal cause, the cause divided into 2, impure cause and pure cause. Impure cause, samsara. Pure cause, nirvana. Impure cause lead you samsara. Pure cause lead you nirvana. 2 causes are 2. Impure cause lead you samsara because delusion and karma continually lead you in the samsara. When delusion and karma is purified, it will bring you nirvana. So that's internal. So selflessness means Buddha talking about related to the internal cause and external cause. So selflessness, 5 characteristics. They have no characteristic. Number 1, selflessness. No characteristic means if you want to stay in the samsara, you don't have to meditate. You don't have to practice wisdom realizing emptiness. You don't have to learn about emptiness, perfection of wisdom. So you will remain in ignorance, continually in samsara and suffer. You know what I mean? But if you really want to get rid from the samsara, then what you should do? You have to first think about emptiness, study about emptiness, and then think, and then meditate. And then meditation, emptiness will direct, oppose delusion and the seed of the delusion. When it direct, oppose delusion and seed of delusion, then what? Nirvana. You know what I mean? So that is no characteristic. That's the meaning of no characteristic. So delusion karma will decrease because it is not independent existence. But if it is independent existence, no point meditating on emptiness, right? Their nature is not independent existence. Therefore, we study, we meditate, and then we will direct wisdom realizing emptiness, direct oppose delusion and delusion karmic seed, then it will decrease. That is the meaning of the have no characteristic. Means emptiness of signlessness. They have no arising, right? It does not arise without cause and condition, right? Everything happening in our life is cause and condition, depending on the cause, right? What is happening in your life, feeling, whatever you're doing in your life is always a cause and condition. No independent existence. So whatever arising in your mind, right? Whatever happening for you, happiness or unhappiness, all depend on the cause and condition. You want happiness? What do you have to do? You have to accumulate good merit, right? You have to understand ultimate happiness, understand emptiness. Temporary happiness, many cause and condition, right? So all these arising, they have no independent nature of cause and effect. All depends on the other factors. So therefore they do not arise independently because they are signlessness of emptiness. You know what I mean? They do not perish, you know. If you say, oh, delusion, I don't want delusion, you do prayer, it will not go. You say prayer and please, delusion go away, it will never go like. It doesn't make sense. What do you have to do? You have to put the effort. What kind of effort we do? We need understand emptiness, faith, and we need to meditate, and then it will diminish, decrease. You know what I mean? Decrease. They do not perish by themselves. Perish through your meditation. So you're studying, thinking, meditating, emptiness, then they will disappear. You know what I mean? So therefore they are not independent nature, signlessness. They have no impurity, right? Signless is the emptiness has no impurity of the samsara nature quality. You know what I mean? Emptiness is pure from beginning to the end. We cannot say emptiness is impure from the beginning and it became pure. It is pure from beginning to the right now. It is pure. It is purity is always there, you know. Never have any samsara nature qualities. It is not polluted by the nature. Nature is pure from the beginning to the end. just like clean water. Water nature is clean, We often say dirty water, it means we put something in mud and stir the water, then it becomes dirty. But nature never pollute it. When we subside, it will see the water, all the mud go down, and you see the clear water. You know what I mean? If you constantly stir, you will never see the purity of the water. Similarly, if we constantly stir our mind with the afflictive emotions, we will never ever see our nature. So we will suffer in the samsara, So that's they are free of impurity. They are free of impurity because nirvana. Nirvana is free of impurity. Nirvana is totally free from the afflictive emotions and the seed of afflictive emotions. It is purity, pure ultimate nature, So that means, when we are practicing this three door to liberation, we are going to be like path of seeing, Arya beings. If you want to achieve Arya being, we have to practice this three door to liberation. So once you become Arya beings, you see emptiness directly, perceiving emptiness directly. And you become Sangha, and your knowledge became Dharma. You become both Buddha, not Buddha yet, Dharma and Sangha. Real Dharma and real Sangha. So when you direct realize emptiness, you become Arya, right? Arya, so that means you become real Sangha, and your knowledge become real Dharma, real Sangha. So then only one left you, one triple gem, only one left. What? Buddha. So you have to keep going, meditating, and then part of meditation, and then finally you become Buddha. So you are Buddha, you are Dharma, you are Sangha for yourself, not external, You become Buddha, you become Dharma, you become Sangha. So that's the 5 characteristics of the emptiness of the signlessness. Now 2 characteristics of emptiness of wishlessness is emptiness of the result, which is they do not diminish, right? So if you do not practice and meditation on the emptiness, and then delusion will not diminish. Karma will always there. And if you do not practice patience, anger will not diminish. You know what I mean? It will remain there, right? You have to meditate and apply antidote, like medicine. So when you apply antidote, it's like medicine. So medicine, ordinary perspective, right? We have, some people have temporary sickness, they take medicine little while. Some people have chronic disease. So people who have chronic disease have to take medicine long time to cure this ordinary sickness. Similarly, if we have chronic disease of this self-grasping, so we have to take medicine, antidote, emptiness every day, Every day we have to apply and meditate on emptiness. Otherwise, it will not diminish. You know what I mean? If you do not practice, no result. No sprout, no grain. You know what I mean? No seed, nothing will come. You know what I mean? So internal, no meditation on the knowledge of emptiness, no, it will not diminish karma, delusion. Constantly you suffer in the samsara for the many, many years. No, they increase. So increase means increase your knowledge, increase your understanding of the emptiness. So when you increase your knowledge of the quality of the wisdom realizing emptiness, and then this will help you to understand how harmful ignorance and grasping are. Ignorance and grasping, so long you are under the dominant of these two, we will never have any lasting happiness. All our happiness is just temporary. Huh? So you will realize that knowledge of the quality of your emptiness and quality of your understanding of perfection of wisdom do not come from the inherent existence. They are lack of inherent existence. You understand three door to liberation? Do you understand that meaning? If it is lack of self-existence, it cannot be non-existence. If it exists, it cannot exist inherently. This is very, very good. Every time we see all it appears to our mind inherently. Like magician, you know. This is why Lama Tsongkhapa said in the Press to Dependent therefore, that which is dependently arising is always utterly void of self-existence. Yet, because there still appears self-existence, inherent existence, you thought that all this is like a magical display. We need to use many reasons, many examples to understand emptiness. Best is magician, you know, everyone believes magician, you know. Magicians are very popular. Anyway, so magician, what happens is, magician will create the, you know, because of his magic, he or she will create you horse, elephant. It just really, you see, it looks like, but there's no real horse, no real, you know, elephant. It appears to your mind, real horse there, real elephant, but they are not real, right? They're not real, right? When you see, oh, horse, elephant, they are magician create, and then you see, you know, all these horse, but not real, right? It's illusion, right? If you believe this is real horse, and then what happened, you know? Real animal, but not. They're illusion. Similarly, ordinary mind, everything appears like magician, you know. Everything appears inherent nature, independently. You know, everything appears, but no inherent nature. If you believe inherent existence, then all this problem arising, you know, inherently, independently, nothing, you know. So that's the one example of the magician. And then coil rope. You see coil rope, right? And drawn tongue. And you not very clear, oh, snake, fear. Then actually, because you believe this is snake, and the fear arises. When you have torch, you know, just open the tools. No, just coil rope, all gone. This is all another example, what ordinary people are suffering because we are 90%, believing appearance, and we never see the reality. You know what I mean? Reality, if you see the reality, you will solve the problem. You don't have to be eliminate all the problem, Any problem you can minimize the problem, or you can make problem less and less, or you can cut the level of the problem. There are many things you can do, you know what I mean? You cannot make this problem big. It's what we call the conceptual mind, exaggeration, small problem. And then you could make this very big problem. But it doesn't exist, illusion. And it appears your mind very big, and then it will disturb your mind, like elephant roaming here and there. But actually nothing existing because of self-existence, independent existence. You know what I mean? So that is the emptiness related to the three door to liberation. Okay, understand this one? Entity, cause, effect. Entity, absence of independent existence. Cause, absence of independent existence. Result, absence of independent existence. Signlessness, wishlessness, emptiness of entity. So this will be now, you have understanding emptiness based on true truth. So you know the true truth is the base to understand emptiness, right? So then keep going, further and further. You have to relate it to the three door to the liberation. Three door to the liberation, this will help you to understand emptiness directly. You know what I mean, directly. And then when you realize emptiness directly, and then you will subside the intellectual false view of transitory collections and doubt and view which hold false view supreme, all subside, no doubt. Because of direct realizing emptiness, oppose three things: intellectual false view of transitory collections, doubt, and believing false view to be supreme. All this doubt completely gone. And then you become Arya. Now you no need to concern about intellectual grasping. All you need to concern about is innate grasping. So the innate grasping, then you have to go further, path of meditation. Path of 10 bhumis, first bhumi to the 10 bhumi. And then grasping, and then after Buddhahood. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, thank you very much.